Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I will walk you through how to write a strong research proposal. I will break it into clear steps so anyone can understand the logic behind each section and how to build one that actually works. Uh, our slide will contain the steps and for the first step let's start with the aim. Every proposal begins with a simple question. What are you trying to study and why does it matter? The aim should do three things. First, define the main issue or gap you have noticed. Second, explain why this issue is important enough to study. Third, point to what your research hopes to achieve. Keep this section very short. One or two paragraphs are enough. If the aim is messy, the whole proposal will collapse. So think of this as the anchor for everything else. Okay, now let's go to our second. It comes the research questions. This is where a lot of proposals fall apart. So here's a simple structure that always work. What, why, how. Starting with uh, what. Uh, these are uh, descriptive questions. They explore the current situation, what exists, what happening. Okay. Uh, what patterns can you see? You're not explaining causes yet. You're just mapping the ground. Let's move to why. These uncover reasons, motivations, or obstacles. They explain the forces behind the problem. If the what is the map, the why is the engine. Finally, at the how, these look toward solutions, strategies, or processes. They show how your study can lead to action. When your questions are balanced across these three angles, reviewers immediately see depth and clarity. Okay, now the introduction and importance. This is where you give context. It should not be a long lecture, it should be a guided entry into your topic. Explain the broader situation first, what people around the world already know about the issue, then narrow down to your specific context and show why the topic matters in your country or field. You're setting the stage. By the end of this section, the audience should feel the weight of the problem and understand why your study deserves attention. And also uh, your introduction and importance part should be very clear and loud. Now for literature review. Literature review is where you prove you have done the work. Think of it as a conversation between your proposal and the existing knowledge. First, summarize the key findings from your previous research. What have others discovered? What methods did they use? What conclusions did they reach? Then identify the gaps, what's missing, what hasn't been investigated, where are the contradictions, or blind spots. uh, the this step is very crucial. The gap is where your proposal leaves. If there is no gap, there is no need for your research. End this section by connecting your study directly to the gap you have highlighted. Now let's go to implications. This part explains how the gap influences your approach. Tell your audience that previous studies did well and where they fell short. Then show how your method improves on them. Talk about what you will focus on and what you will intentionally leave out. This signals maturity. Good research isn't about doing everything, it's about choosing wisely. The implications section tells reviewers, I know the field, I understand the limitations of the past methods, and I have built a design that makes sense. Now let's go to methodology. We get now into the engine of the proposal, which is methodology. In this step, start uh, by stating your approach. Your approach should be qualitative, quantitative, or mixed. This is the three types. Where mix works well for complex topics because it captures both numbers and human perspectives. Um, Now break the method into phases. For the quantitative phase, explain your sample size, who you will survey, and how you will collect the data. For the qualitative phase, describe who you will interview, how many sessions, and what kinds of themes you will explore. Finally, analysis. Explain how you will analyze the data. Mention the tools, SPSS for statistics, and Vivo for coding so that the method feels concrete, not vague. The goal is to show that your plan is doable. Now, for our seventh step, it's timeline. A timeline proves your realistic. Uh, Divide the project into weeks or months depending on the total duration. A practical timeline might include survey design, data collection, analysis, writing, revision, built in a buffer for delays, especially when dealing with interviews or fieldwork. Reviewers love a clean, believable timeline. The conclusion isn't a summary of everything, it's a reminder of the essentials. In this conclusion, state the problem you aim to tackle, why it matters, and the kind of impact your research can have. Keep this short and sharp. Then our ninth step, references. Use a uh, use a consistent citation style, and yeah, make sure every in text citation appears in the reference list. And also, very importantly, don't include sources you didn't use. Reviewers always check this, and uh, don't always recommend the ChatGPT references. Yeah, yes, you can use ChatGPT or other AI for finding your references, but don't blindly follow them. Uh, it will hamper your full research presentation, research submission. Okay, now for our 10th step, submission checklist. Before submitting, check for alignment. uh, your aim, your problem, and questions are you should must match. Sorry, your aim, question, and problem must match. It is a must. The structure should flow logically. Keep the language clear and focused. Avoid repetitive sentences like, for example, this research will, and make sure your subheadings guide the reader through your argument without confusion. A strong proposal is not about fancy language, it's about clarity, logic, and purpose. Okay, finally, uh, the I can ensure that's the full structure. If you follow these steps, aim, questions, context, literature, gap, implications, methodology, timeline, you will build a proposal that's focused, realistic, and convincing. Okay. uh, th- Thank you so much for listening. That's all for today.